Hello, guys. Happy Tuesday. How is everyone doing today? It's Amy with Lulu Bean Designs. I'm just getting everything set up in here. Y'all excuse my wet hair. I just finally got a shower today. All right, let me make sure I'm live in all my places. Y'all comment and say hello if you're watching and let me know where you're watching from. I don't see anybody on yet, so I'll wait just another minute or so. I am not doing my intro video these days because Facebook is glitchy and weird, and they keep flagging it and sending me some notice that I'm using someone else's music, and it's like a totally paid for little tune. So I don't know why they keep doing that, but it's annoying. So I'm just not going to do my intro video anymore. So hey, how is everyone doing today? Welcome. We are going to finally paint this cute football and fall y'all door hanger. This one I just added to the shop, so the link is in the video description. If you are a member of my makers group on Facebook, then you can save 20% every day in there, and just look under the featured tab for the discount. It's also in like the cover photo at the top. The discount code is up there if you ever forget it. Hello, Connie. How are you? Welcome. If you guys don't mind sprinkling this video, I would greatly appreciate it. We are not getting the reach that we used to get. So yeah, we're not getting a lot of viewers during the live feed. So I don't know if it's because I'm using StreamYard. I really don't know, but I really like StreamYard, so I'm not giving it up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and make this overhead screen bigger so y'all can see what I'm doing, because I really like that feature. Let me make sure I'm recording over here on my time-lapse video. Let me get a little closer on that. Okay. So we are going to be doing a leopard pattern today. Who still likes leopard? Who is not sick of leopard? I love leopard. Hey, Sandra, good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you're watching from. What is going on today? Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and clear off. I just wanted to lay everything out so I knew that it would fit on here. Now, y'all know I like my door hangers to have a little bit, like sometimes to let some pieces kind of hang off just slightly on the side. So if you get this file and you think, oh, everything doesn't fit on here, it's because that's how I designed it. I wanted it to like, see how it just a little bit like hangs off just slightly. And then the 50-yard line, y'all, I don't know anything about football, but this is supposed to be the 50-yard line. Don't come at me if I did something wrong football-wise. I think I'm okay. But anyway, so yeah, so this goes here. My backer that I'm using is just a spare one that I had laying out in the garage. Of course, I have dog hair on my door hanger. But on yours, this line is going to be like more centered in the middle of your door hanger in the file. I just used what I had because I already had a shiplap backer, like an 18-inch one, just laying around, so I grabbed it. Okay, so yeah, we're going to get all our pieces off of here and paint our backer. And I'm excited because normally when I paint a backer, I go with kind of my usual either faux stain or white or gray or just, you know, something kind of neutral. But we're doing green because we're going to make it look like the football field. So that's kind of exciting. So we're going to do a little bit different. This comes apart. You can score it if you prefer, but I like it because it just makes it easier to paint. So I cut it out. But that is up to you how you want to do it. Oops. But the leopard pattern is scored on the pumpkin. Don't cut that out. That's gonna, if you cut that out, you're gonna make a lot of work for yourself. You don't want to cut that out. Okay, so this backer we're gonna paint with our festive green by Deco Art, and then we're gonna do our white lines on here for the football field. So if you guys have any of my shelf sitter sets, this file coordinates with the football and fall y'all shelf set. So I also have that. Matt says the 50 might look better the other way. Okay, y'all comment and let me know if you agree, if the 50 should face the other way. If I put it over the pumpkin, it's not gonna fit. Yeah, I didn't design it to fit over the pumpkin, so it's gotta go where the lines are. And then also in the file, you have hanging holes at the top of your round if you want to cut those out. I always put hanging holes in my files, so you don't have to go and staple stuff to your door hanger, and you don't have to go cut those yourself. So they're in the file. But again, this one is just a spare one I had out of my garage. So I probably will add my holes later. Oh, sorry, y'all. That's my daughter. Let me text her real quick from my computer screen. Sorry. I don't like to ignore my babies because I'm not near them. Hold on one second, y'all. So yeah, my kids are in Virginia and we're in Louisiana right now. So I don't want to, in case they need me, make sure that she is all right. All right. Honey, no, this is not a Clubhouse file. I apologize if you saw the blank picture this morning. When I uploaded the pictures, it was, what time was it here? 7 here. And I had not had my coffee and I did not have my glasses on. So when I put the pictures in the Facebook group, this picture, I had just, I had it on my desktop and I accidentally dragged it into those photos. So I'm sorry. No, this is not a Clubhouse file. The Clubhouse files this month are all Christmas files. So it's all the, what is the home for the holidays? So you got the home for the holidays, door hanger. They're all for the holidays. So the door hanger, the tier tray set, the door tags, and the 2 ornaments were the 4 files for this month. But you can use your Clubhouse discount, your 50% off, to get this for like $3. I think this is $6.50, so you can get it for like $3.25. So yeah, I'm sorry, my eyes were not open this morning. Somebody messaged me and was asking about football, and I'm like, why are they asking about football? I'm like, this is Christmas stuff. I don't understand. And then I was like, oh shoot, that picture's in there. And I will be posting the free file for the month in the next couple of days. I don't have it quite ready yet, but if you remember the Halloween coffee cup door hanger that we did, not month, but last month, that was our free file for September. We're doing a Christmas coffee cup version of that. That's going to be our free file for November. So just let me get the final touches put on that, and I will get that posted to y'all as soon as possible. I love this color for a football field because I feel like it's like the perfect green color. So who are my football fans out there? You guys like football? I'm not like really into that football, like the game. I'm just not like a big sports fanatic, but I like watching football just because it's a social thing and I like to get together with friends and make football food and all of that. And then down here, we have become Saints fans because everybody loves the Saints and it's just really fun and they're really into it. They get very excited about the Saints game. So that's fun. That makes it more fun, I think. So we have enjoyed that. Oh, Connie, you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan? Oh, your son plays high school football? My husband played high school football. My son did not, but my husband did. I still have his letter jacket. When we moved down here, I don't know why my screen just glitched. Hopefully it'll be okay. When we moved down here and we were packing up our house, I found his letter jacket from high school. I thought that was very cool that we still have that. And you guys could always use a roller for this or a sponge. I'm just using what's in front of me. I just have paintbrushes in front of me, so that's what I'm using. Who Day Bengals. I have not heard that about the Bengals, Stacy. I know down here for Saints it's Who Dat. Y'all say Who Day? So I want to put a bow on this door hanger, and I have some leopard ribbon, but it's not wired. And I need to find some wired leopard ribbon. And then I also need to find some green ribbon. I have green, but it's not the right shade of green. So when I get my ribbon, the right color ribbons for this door hanger, then I'm going to try to go live again and make a bow. Okay, I kind of like that it's not like super solid green. I kind of like that there's a little bit of texture in here because I think it looks like grass. Or maybe I'm just being lazy and don't feel like doing 2 coats of paint. All right, so we're going to do some white lines on here for our football field. And I'm going to kind of turn this way. I do better if I paint lines starting like away from me and dragging the paintbrush towards me. Let me find a good one for this. Probably this one. Shayna is from South Mississippi. Lots of Saints fans. Very cool. All right. Some white. And actually, you know what? I probably should let this dry before I do the white. Let me let this dry a little bit. I get impatient and I want to finish like each piece, but yeah, let me do that before we do our white stripes. All right, so we'll do our pumpkin and our leopard football. Make sure I got all these turned the right way. Okay, so these are going to be orange. Let me put them over here where y'all can see them. We're going to use jack-o'-lantern orange for this, which is a really good pumpkin orange color. Did you guys have a good Halloween? Oh, and you know what? I'm going to do white first because this orange does not show up very well unless I do white underneath. So I'm going to do that first. It makes it much brighter. Did everybody have a fun Halloween? We went over to some friends' house last night because apparently the trick-or-treaters don't come down our street as much as the other streets in the neighborhood. We're the last street down. One of the last streets down. So we went over her house and she made some yummy food and we handed out candy over there. So that was fun. Been doing so much Christmas stuff lately that it's nice to kind of go back and do something that's still fall since we still are not to Thanksgiving yet, so still want to do a few more fall things. And I'm going to go later today, get some oysters and make some oyster stew because, I don't know, November makes me think of oyster stew. All right, so that's going to be orange in just a minute, and then we're going to use honey brown for the outline. And that's also a deco art color. Most of my paint colors are deco art. This color has good coverage, so I usually can get away with one coat on here. Is it hot or cold where y'all are? It is still pretty warm here. It's like upper 70s, like almost 80 today. And then while I have this color out, we're going to go ahead and paint a couple more things. So the football goal, we're going to paint. Am I calling that the right thing? I told y'all I'm not into sports that much. The goal post. We're going to paint the honey brown color. What is this thing called? Unusually warm in Nebraska. Same weather in Texas. And Connie says 70s. Yeah, it seems it's pretty mild right now. We'll be going back to Virginia here in a couple weeks, and I'll have to make sure that I pack some cooler clothes, or clothes for cooler weather. Hopefully we'll get some snow up there over Christmas break, over winter break. If we get it, we usually get it in January, I feel like. Sometimes February, but usually January, past couple years. All right, let me think. I gotta look and see. All right, so the football, I've got the shelf sitter that matches this sitting across the room from me, so I'm kind of looking over at that and using that to gauge my my paint colors. So I like the paint colors I chose for that one. So we're going to make this one match. I know footballs are darker than this, but we're going to bring in the dark on the leopard pattern, the darker brown. It's a door hanger. You can paint your pumpkin whatever, or your football whatever color you want. You can paint your pumpkin whatever color you want to, right? I'm doing a door hanger party for my neighbors down here. They all wanted to get together and do door hangers this weekend. So we're going to do that. We're doing a couple of different designs, and we're putting LED lights on them. So I'll have to take some pictures of our party and post it because that's going to be really fun. 20 miles south of Omaha. I have never been to Omaha. I've never been to that area of the country. That's considered the Midwest, right? All right, I don't know if this is the color I wanted to use or not. That's warm beige, but I don't think that's right. I think I meant to grab, yeah, this one, I meant to grab Natural Buff. Okay, so this is Natural Buff. Which is clogged up. Ooh, that's really clogged up. I wonder what happened to that. Done something to clog that. Gracious, that's a mess. Now I've pushed it down in there and probably made it worse. Baby wipe to the rescue. So I can save my sponge stick. Okay, so I'm going to paint this Natural Buff, and then you'll be able to see the leopard pattern through it. So you can go back with a different color for that. I accidentally put my brush in the white. So yep, we're going to do a door hanger party, and I'm going to go get some, I ordered lights off of Amazon, some little LED battery powered lights that had good reviews, and I will link those when I show you all the pictures of our door hanger party. And then I'm going to go get some greenery today and break out my Christmas ribbon. We're just gonna, first we're going to a craft show in town, and then we're going to do our door hanger party. So we're going to have an entire day of crafting. So that's very exciting. I need to grab a smaller brush for these ends. Did you guys dress up for Halloween? What was your costume? Comment and tell me if you dressed up. What did you dress up as? Or what did your kids dress up as? Or your grandkids? My daughter was Bob the Minion. Very cute. I don't think my son dressed up. He never texted me back with a picture. I always text my kids like, I want pictures. Just because you're in college doesn't mean I don't get costume pictures. I didn't get a picture from him, so I'm not sure he dressed up. All right, so then I'll let that dry and then we'll do our leopard pattern here in just a minute. All right, let's hop back over here to our batter and put our white stripes on. So that can be drying. And I'm using an angled brush, all angled brushes over here. Let's find the right size brush for this. Probably this one. Oh, the blow-up dinosaur. Tanya, I saw a bunch of blow-up dinosaurs last night walking around. That was a funny costume. That was really cute. Was it hot? It looked like it might be hot. All right, we're gonna hope that I can get these stripes on here straight and stay in the lines because I'm not standing over top of my door hanger. So y'all keep your fingers crossed. I've already messed up. Hold on, I'm making my stripes wider than I meant to. That's all right. That was better. I normally have a pretty steady hand, but when I'm live, not so much for some reason. Oh, we're going wonky. We went a little crooked. Oh, that one's wonky. I don't know why that one is like trying to go sideways on me for some reason. Hopefully when we get everything on top of it, it will distract the eye from its wonky shape. That one's a little thicker than the others because of it, because I went wonky with it. I'm going outside the lines on these if you can't tell. The lines on yours are actually a little thicker than my usual shiplap lines. So if you purchase this file and you're painting, it's actually easier to paint these lines on yours. Mine are the typical shiplap lines because like I said, I just grabbed this backer from my garage. So I'm trying to kind of thicken them up a little bit. And we're going to do a second coat on them. So maybe that'll make it look a little better. Who knows? You can, if you want, use painter's tape and tape it off, but I don't have the patience. I haven't used painter's tape on a door hanger in a long time. For a while there, I was doing a lot of the buffalo check background. Have y'all ever done that before? And I was taping that off. Go back and make these a little wider so they match. Okay, that's not too bad. This one's probably the worst one. Trying to even it out a little bit. Okay, not too bad. But we'll go back and do another coat and try to make it look good. Okay. Half an hour into trick-or-treating, her head was popping out. Oh, yeah. Sheena, when as a tired mom, didn't have to dress up. That is hilarious. Oh, my God. I guess that's what I was, too. Although I can't say that now. Mine are in college. But I can relate. I can always relate to being a tired mom. You never forget those days. All right, so we'll go ahead and get some orange on this pumpkin and see how much brighter that is with the white underneath. If I had not put the white under there, it would have taken a lot of coats to get that to look that pretty orange color. Did anybody watch any Halloween movies last night while you were handing out candy, or did you do that instead of handing out candy? I usually make my husband watch E.T. because I think E.T. is a Halloween movie. I don't know why. I just have always considered it a Halloween movie. And I loved E.T. growing up. It was one of my favorite childhood movies. And he doesn't feel any kind of nostalgia towards E.T. Like that wasn't one of his childhood favorites necessarily. But I love it. And I did not watch it this year, so maybe I'll still make him watch that with me one night this week. Okay, where are my Yellowstone fans at? Who's excited? We have, what, 12 more days? So excited about Yellowstone. And, okay, so when is 1923 coming on? Is it 1923? Is that the right year? The spinoff? Well, actually, it's a prequel, like 1883 was. It has Harrison Ford in it. Y'all, did y'all know that? I love Harrison Ford. I'm so excited. All right, we'll do another coat of the orange, but in the meantime. All right, let me think. What else do we need besides white? I think a lot of this, the writing is going to be white. Okay, so let me go ahead and paint this pattern, the leopard pattern. Sheila, your husband, you were both excited. I am so excited. I love Yellowstone more than my husband does. I mean, he likes it, but I think I like it more than he does. I'm actually considering, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not using brown paint. I'm going to use a brown Posca pen for this leopard pattern. Let me try my dark brown. I think that might be what I used last time when I did the shelf set. Yeah, it sure is. All right, so this is the darker brown shade when you buy the Posca. The set that has like, I don't know how many are in it. It's the one that's on my supply list. So my supply list is in the video description. This is the darker brown shade. And these are the medium tip. I have some fine tip, but I prefer the medium tip because I feel like they're juicier. But every once in a while, I'll use the fine tip. All right, if you're wondering about the weird shape of the leopard design on here, we are also working around the stitching on the football. You can't see it on camera. We're going to go back and do that with white. Would anyone like to come over my house and paint the white letters for me? Y'all know I hate painting white letters, but they have to be white on the store hanger. I think they do, at least. I don't know. I think black or brown would look right. But sometimes I'm wrong about that. Y'all tell me what you think. Because we've got the green background and then we've got the white stripes of the football field. This leopard pattern actually goes pretty quick if you've got a paint pen handy. Okay, so there's that pattern, and then let's put the white stitching on there. I do have a white paint pen. My eyes playing tricks on me because of these leopard stripes or spots. All right, let that dry for a second. We'll do a little bit more white on there. All right, let's put some more orange on here. Does everyone have their Thanksgiving plans in order? My sister is hosting our side of the family this year. She hosts a lot of years. I host Cookie Day, which is where we get together and we all bake cookies all day long and we trash the kitchen. So she doesn't like to have her kitchen trash, so we have an agreement that I'll host Cookie Day and she'll host Thanksgiving, and that's how we usually keep it. But I found an old recipe, an old family cake recipe this year, and I want to make it for Thanksgiving this year. So I'm excited about that. It's totally different from any kind of cake I've made in the past. So we'll see how that turns out. Doing a little bit more white on the stitching. Okay, and then I messed up where they're supposed to be brown, so hold on. Fix that. Y'all know I have these bifocal contacts, and they work great, but when I'm trying to do something like this, I'm still kind of getting used to them. Okay, I think that's probably as good as we're going to get. So there's our little leopard, sorry, trying to name in the screen, pumpkin. I mean, I keep saying pumpkin, our football, for goodness sake. I keep trying to call our football a pumpkin. All right, so now we're going to do our white letters and numbers. Let me see if we can go ahead and put another coat actually on here before we do that. Another coat of the white stripes. Is that our brush we used before? I want to kind of use the same thickness as this one. Hey, Kay, how are you, girl? I haven't talked to you in forever. I'm so glad you're watching. What are you up to? Have you been to any craft shows? I really would like to do one next year. I didn't get to do that this year or last year. I would love to go to another craft show. Another live event. I met, Kay and I met at Tamara Bennett's Southern Adornments Live in Nashville. I believe it was the first year she did it, wasn't it, Kay? Or was it the second? I think that would have been her first one. It was several years ago. At least like, was it like 4 years ago? Or was it 3? It couldn't have been more than that, I wouldn't think. The time does fly. The older you get, that's for sure. It was her first year. We do need to do another one. I would love that. I always have to look back at my pictures to figure out what year things happened. I wish the search feature was better on the Photos app, because I am terrible about putting my photos in albums. I do remember you fell out the back door. Didn't you fall out the back door, girl? I thought it was the back door. She, bless her heart, she hurt her foot and we had to wheel her through the airport. Okay, I think that's as good as we're going to get on our football field. And now we've got white on our brush, so we'll just keep on keeping on here with the white. The back door. That's what I thought. Oh, I miss you too. Yes, we definitely need to do another event. All right, those are a little messy, a little sloppy, so I'm gonna switch paintbrushes because I'm being messy and I need to clean up those edges. Let me find a good brush. This one's probably a little bit better. I feel like I need to paint a water cup, a paint water cup for white. Like I need 2 paint water cups. I need one for white, and then I need one for everything else. And maybe even one for black and red. One for black and red. I need 3 paint water cups. I can't stand a dirty paintbrush. It drives me crazy. And I really prefer painting letters with a paint pen, but that would take forever for these. And I would go through a lot of my paint pen ink, and I don't want to do that. So, but it's so much neater. I could probably sponge these. I've done that. Maybe I'll sponge some of them. I feel like that doesn't get on the edges as bad. Does anybody use paint rollers and paint the letters while they're still in the outlines? I've done that too. Lots of white letters on this one, y'all. All right, I'm gonna switch to a, oh, you know what we have to do? We have to paint the stem on here, the greenery on here green. Hold on, I'm gonna grab a new pack of sponge sticks because I need a small one. Y'all know we got a new shipment of sponge sticks. Very exciting. We're going to use not the smallest one, but the second to smallest. Let me try to get my chair. You'll know my chair gets caught on this rug back here. It drives me crazy. I like this better because this doesn't tend to get on the edges as bad. All right, for these, we might have to do, you know what though? I don't think I have any painter's tape in here. Normally I would tape these down, but I have no painter's tape in here. It's all in the garage. So, oh well. But see, doing it that way, I also feel like you can kind of get away with one coat sometimes. Like on these letters, I think I'm going to get away with one coat. Which makes me very happy. I just hope I end up liking the white on there. All right, now these we're going to do with paint pen. Because they're thin. We are getting there, y'all. I've got to go to the grocery store, so I need to finish this door hanger. And I have to go get my oysters, which I told my husband he was going to have to drive me to go get the oysters because we only have one vehicle down here that we share, which I know is crazy, but it's actually fine. Like, we really don't need another vehicle. However, the truck is big, and I don't like driving it too many places. I'll drive it to the store and stuff. I don't like driving it at night. But I know this sounds crazy, but I have to cross a big drawbridge to go get oysters, and I don't like that bridge. I just don't like that bridge, and I'm not driving that truck across that bridge. I'm sure I would be fine, but my husband's going to have to drive that truck across that bridge because I'm being a big chicken. And I'm not doing it. This goes much faster, y'all. I don't know why I forgot this sponge stick trick. I am team sponge stick from now on. Oh, my camera cut off, y'all. Shoot. My little time-lapse camera. I was going to do a time-lapse video of this. I just noticed it's not even one. That's my luck with trying to do social media. If y'all wonder why I don't have a lot on Instagram, that's why. Because I stink at time-lapse videos. I'm getting my phone to cooperate. Okay, we're almost done. Let's do another coat of white on these letters because we did not sponge stick them. And we'll clean up their edges a little bit because they're kind of a hot mess. Oh, the white paint, white paint, white paint, white paint. Boring, boring, boring. But it will all be worth it, y'all. It will be pretty. Okay, I think we're done with white. Yay. All right, let's do some green real quick on our little pumpkin vine. And then I think we can start putting our door hanger together. I'm just using the same sponge stick and I'm just sponging on a little green here. The same green I put on the backer. There we go. Okay. Let's make space for us to lay things out. Grab my glue. Close our paint. Clean up our mess. Okay, so here is our football field. That white is still a little bit wet though. I don't know if your camera keeps going out for some reason. Y'all comment and let me know. I don't know why it says my Wi-Fi is not very good because my Wi-Fi connection looks fine on my computer. So I haven't seen a comment in a while. I hope I can still see y'all. I hope y'all can still see me. I cannot see y'all. That would be fun if I could. Okay, let's lay everything out. Let's make sure we have space for all of it, just like that. And like I said, we're going to go a little bit off the edge. All right, now I know that's right, so I'm going to go ahead and glue these pieces down just so I have them and they're not moving. So we don't smear this white paint. And yes, I should let this white paint dry, but we're live. And ain't nobody got time for that, right? Oh, good. I'm glad Diane says she's still watching. Or Diana, sorry. The writing on the screen is tiny, so I can't see every little letter sometimes. Okay, and I'm using Starbond glue that I get from Amazon, because y'all always ask me what glue I'm using. That's that one. I'm going to just put the glue right in here so we don't have to worry about dripping. Makes it easier. And don't worry if you get these sides messy because, uh-oh, there it goes. So good. I was worried that one will go in there. Because we're not going to see the sides in that pumpkin. All right, so there are those pieces. And then let's go ahead and do our touchdown letters here at the bottom. These will be the easiest ones. And one thing I like about my Thunder laser is that even though I don't already have hanging holes in the top of this door hanger, I can go and lay this entire door hanger in there, even though it's already got the attachments all on the front of it, and add holes for hanging. I just have to make sure and frame my project so my laser head does not crash into one of the attachments on its way in or out of cutting. So that is one benefit to having a large laser bed. If you're considering, I should have laid all these out first, hold on. Moving up from a blow forge to a big laser, that's one thing. So if I ever forget to do my holes, I can go back and add them. I've done it a couple of other times. I did it the other day and it worked fine. And if your camera is not perfectly calibrated and you're worried about trying to add your holes later, what I do is I go ahead and cut out another 18-inch factor with holes and I make sure and I don't move my wood, and I pop that one out, and then I lay this one in, and I just cut the holes. Does that make sense? Okay, we need football and fall, y'all. So, all right, these letters might need a little touch up. Let's see. So I've got a black brush tip Sharpie, and I'm just gonna touch up where I made a little bit of a mess. I don't need it to be perfect, but these big letters got a little sloppy. Comment and tell me if you have a Glowforge or a different laser. And oh, you know, we need to make sure that we do have space for that 50-yard line. So we're going to lay all of our letters out before we glue anything, so that we make sure we have room for the 50-yard line numbers. Glowforge basic, but you want a bigger laser, Tanya? Which one are you looking at? I love my Thunder. I'm not an affiliate. This is non-sponsored. Thunder does not have an affiliate program in the United States that I know of. They did not the last time I asked. But love it, love it, love it. Glowforge Pro, OMTAC. Connie, do you like your OMTAC? I think my friend Joy, I think that's the one she has, an OMTAC. All right, football and oops. Oh, here it is. Couldn't find my big letter F. All right, I think I put this here. That looks pretty good. Fall. This is how I had it before. I'm going to play with it here for just a minute and try to figure out, because I could fit my 50 over there. Or maybe I had the and over here. And then my Y there. I can't remember. You can do it any way that you think will work for you. Put a little apostrophe in there. And then these definitely need a little touch up. These were quite messy. All right, y'all tell me what looks better with the 50 over here. If it looks better to do it this way, or I think that looks backwards to me. I think it's better to go the other way, like this. And now I need to make sure that they're not crooked. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do here, let's try this. I'm gonna move the football up just a hair, which I like the fact that we have lines on here because it helps us line everything up, even though the lines are a little teeny bit wonky. All right, so then football and oops, this, and then I want to be able to move this over just a tad, or maybe put this on this Y on the other side of the pumpkin. I think that might look better if we do it that way. Yeah, I think that looks better. Y'all tell me what you think. The first way, yeah, I think so too. All right, I know you can't see the top of it because of the screen. Let me scooch it down a little bit. I think I like it that way. All right. The first way. Okay, we're gonna start gluing everything down. Okay, so that's glued. We just need to glue these top letters. And I'm looking at this after I said I was going to add a bow to it. And I don't think I'm going to do that because I think that the bow is going to end up covering up too much of the word football. So I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. This is straight. Y'all know I hate putting letters on when I can't stand up over top of my door hanger because there's a delay on the camera. Actually, the camera is freezing up right now. There it goes. That is fairly straight. I try to attach these apostrophes, but it just did not look right with this font. Is that straight? We got to turn this way to make sure this is straight. Like I said, y'all's is going to be more centered on your board, like a little bit down just slightly. Because this is not actually the board that goes with this, but I think that looks okay. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it better if I do this, because it's not cut off. You can at least see the top and the bottom a little bit better. I don't know, maybe it was better the other way. Like that. Maria, the link is in the video description. And if you're a member of my, well, either my Glowforge File Sharers group or my Lulu Bean Designs Makers group, there's a 20% discount code in both of those groups. Just look under the featured tab and you'll see it. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me. That's that one for today. And like I said, it also matches the shelf sitter set that we have listed in my Etsy shop as well. So if you're looking for like something to coordinate, you can hang this on your door, and then you can put the little shelf sitter in your house somewhere, like in your foyer when you first walk in or something like that. That would be kind of cute. So they go together. So if you guys want, I can make a tiered tray set that goes with it too. I thought that would be really cute. You are very welcome. I thought that might be fun. So comment and let me know if you want me to make a tiered tray set that also goes with these. And you know what I could do? I could do a, you know, the little booth sets that I have. Let me pull one up. Let me pull a booth up so y'all can see. I think I have a picture on my desktop I can pull from. Hold on. So I just added this to the shop yesterday. Hold on, it's taking its own sweet time. This is so I have these sets that are interchangeable, and you have the little booth, and you have the little sandwich board. That's the thing next to it. It's a little folding. It's called a sandwich board. So anyway, there are different sets that go with this, and this is the newest set I just added yesterday. The Fresh Cut Trees, and these are on sale. What's the coupon code? I'm trying to think. Stand. Oh shoot! Hold on one second. Stand 40 is the coupon code for these, and that's good through Wednesday for all the sets. And every set comes with the actual booth and the sandwich board. But anyway, I could make a football sign, like come up with some sort of like little booth football thing that would go with those sets. So that might be kind of cute too. I try to like come up with coordinating things just because I think they're fun. So comment and let me know what you think about that. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.